A top NHL draft pick was ready to start his pro journey. He was days away from signing. The crowd cheered when his name was called, but right after the draft, it all went silent. No contract, no camp. Then, news broke. He had surgery. What happened between draft day and now hasn't been fully told. Caleb Desnoyers was supposed to be the new star, but something big just stopped everything. This all happened right after the draft. Here's exactly what went down. Caleb Desnoyers, 18 years old, was picked 4th overall by the Utah Mammoth in the 2025 NHL Draft. He had a great season before the draft. He scored 84 points in 56 games with the Moncton Wildcats in the QMJHL. That included 35 goals and 49 assists. In the playoffs, he scored 30 points in 19 games and won playoff MVP. That trophy is called the Guy Lafleur Trophy. But now everything is on hold. The Mammoth said Desnoyers had wrist surgery this week. The team said he will miss about 12 weeks. That means he will miss all of training camp. His NHL start will be pushed back. This was confirmed by the team's general manager, Bill Armstrong. Armstrong told reporters the wrist injury had been a problem for a while. He said the injury got worse during the playoffs. The team said Desnoyers had pain in both wrists, but played through it anyway. At the NHL Scouting Combine back in June, Desnoyers said, "Pretty much anything you can imagine you need your hands for hockey was affected by the wrist injuries. Lucky enough, I have a good staff, good facilities, and my therapist in Moncton is excellent." Even though he had wrist pain, he kept playing at a high level. His team, the Moncton Wildcats, won their league title. That title is called the Gilles Courteau Trophy. His 30 playoff points helped make that happen, but now, because of the surgery, Desnoyers will not be ready for the start of the NHL season. Reports from TSN say he will likely miss all of training camp and won't play in any preseason games. His debut with the Utah Mammoth is now expected in November, at the earliest. One big thing is still unknown. Desnoyers hasn't signed his NHL contract. That means he is still not an official NHL player. Because of that, he could go play somewhere else first, maybe back to junior hockey, or maybe college hockey. The team said that is still being talked about. But for now, the focus is on healing. Sportsnet said he had wrist problems since November. That means he played most of the season with pain. Still, he scored more points than almost anyone else in the league. He was tied for 5th in points across the whole QMJHL. His playoff performance was one of the best, with 9 goals and 21 assists in just 19 games. The Mammoth believed he was ready for the NHL this year. They picked him very early in the draft, before many other big names. He was supposed to be one of their future stars. But now, he may not start his career in the NHL at all this season. Reports from SI and Flow Hockey both say that this surgery means Desnoyers might not even play for the Mammoth this year. Flow Hockey said, "The wrist procedure significantly curtails the likelihood of him starting in the NHL for any portion of the season." Even before the surgery, team doctors were watching his injury closely. During development camp earlier this summer, GM Bill Armstrong said, "He will just need some time to recover." That drive down the playoffs took a lot out of him. He added, "He can continue training and doing what he needs to do." Desnoyers had also said he was feeling energized at the time. But just a few weeks later, things changed. The decision for surgery happened quickly. ESPN and Reuters both confirmed the timeline. He had the surgery this week and will need 3 months to recover. Because he hasn't signed an NHL deal yet, Desnoyers is still able to choose what comes next. That includes the choice of going back to the QMJHL or joining a college hockey team. The NHL season starts in October. Desnoyers will still be in recovery at that point. His cast and rehab are expected to last into early November. That means even if he joins the NHL after that, it won't be as early as planned. This delay changes a lot for the Utah Mammoth too. They are a new NHL team, and they need young talent to build their roster. Desnoyers was one of their biggest draft picks. Now, they will have to wait longer to see what he can do. Many fans were hoping to see him play in the preseason. That won't happen now. And depending on his recovery, it might be months before he plays a game at all this season. Desnoyers is 6'2" and plays center. He's from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec. He's known for his strong passing and scoring. NHL scouts said he was one of the smartest players in the 2025 draft. Now, the team has to be careful. They can't rush him back too fast. Wrist injuries can be serious in hockey, especially for a player who uses his hands for shooting and stick handling. The Mammoth said they will update fans again after more rehab progress is made. For now, all training, skating, and stick drills are on hold. Desnoyers' junior coach in Moncton had praised his toughness. He said Desnoyers played through pain and led the team by example. The coach said he never once asked to sit out. He just wanted to play. Desnoyers was the first ever top 5 draft pick for the Utah Mammoth. The team only recently joined the NHL, and he was their highest-rated player in the 2025 draft. Reports say the team was building around him for the future. Now, that plan may take longer. Because he hasn't signed yet, it's not clear if he will go pro right after recovery. He may return to the QMJHL for another season, or he might join a college team in the NCAA. The team has not confirmed what will happen next. Right now, doctors are focused only on healing. The wrist injury needed surgery because rest was no longer helping. Trainers had tried other methods, but the pain came back every time he used his hands. The team said it was the right time to have the procedure done. This is not the first time an NHL draft pick had to miss time before playing, but for a top 5 pick, it is rare. Most players in that spot are expected to play right away, but not this time. Sportsnet said that while Desnoyers has a strong chance of full recovery, he'll need a long on-ice ramp-up to be ready again. NHL.com added that his performance in juniors was among the best in the league, despite him dealing with wrist pain for most of the year. He still helped his team win a championship. That makes this injury harder to watch. The fans in Utah were waiting to see him take the ice, but now they'll have to wait a bit longer. Desnoyers has not made any public comments since the surgery. The team said they will not rush him. His rehab will include rest, physical therapy, and no-contact hockey drills at first. Doctors say wrist injuries can heal fully, but only with time and proper care. The team's training staff will work with him every week. Once cleared, he'll need to regain full strength in his wrist. Only then will skating, shooting, and puck control return. Until then, the 4th overall pick remains off the ice. Caleb Desnoyers was supposed to begin his NHL story this fall, but that story now starts with a pause.